Alright, good day guys, and welcome to another Rocket League analysis video. I know I haven't been active for quite some time. There's issues with my computer. Um, so I ended up, like, OBS just was not working. It wasn't recording anything. I don't even know if this recording is going to go alright. The tests that I've done seem to be okay. So hopefully we'll see how it goes. But this is for Chi. He's a champ 1, looking to be not champ 1. I think he's a champ 1. I don't really know. I should probably check. But anyhow, no biggie. Um, but yeah, let's get stuck in here. See how it goes. So he can half flip. It's a good start. So your teammate went for a 50 there, and you took a decent turn to your net, but you took it too far. Like, you actually had time to get a little bit closer to this, because this guy's miles away. The other guy's got a bit of a recovery. So you could have taken a slightly closer turn to this and tried to go for a clear, a slightly better clear, but instead you got stuck to the post, and then he started ball chasing, and then you tried to get a block on this, which semi-worked. You got the bump on him, so that was good. But yeah, no, you want to sort of do something there. Now, another big issue is you're both shadowing right here. Whenever you notice your teammates doing something, you have to trust them, like especially for solo queue, you have to give them a bit of space to be trusted, while also being back if and when they make a mistake. He's shadowing mega close without actually without actually trying to go for 50 here. He just stops and starts trying to drive backwards and stuff. Now, you were shadowing as well. You guys were both shadowing, which is not good. He shouldn't have touched that. He should let you go for that, right? It was smart of you to not keep ball chasing, just go for boost. But here, when he gets his first touch, you should have gone all the way back to the net and been a little bit more defensive. Or at least started driving back to the net. Use 10 boost or 15 boost to get a little bit closer to your net, because you only need like a maximum of 20 to clear anything that comes your way anyway. So, you know, use 15 of it to get a little bit of speed and get back to the net a little bit faster, because he's in a Batmobile, which means he can just mega flick no matter what. When he's just like, oh look, the ball's near me, I'll flick it 100 k's an hour. Like, he doesn't give a fuck about no fucking shadowing. Like, and if you guys are too close and you guys are doing the same thing, and he flicks it over one of you, even if you get a touch, your clear will be weak. It means he can follow up, go for a pass. Your teammate will be nowhere to be seen because he's all the way over here. And at a higher rank, you'll just end up getting punished for it. They'll notice it and you get punished. So you want to take the time to assess if your teammate isn't in a position where he can do something smart. Luckily, he does. He does end up just causing some ridiculous 50 to happen. Oh, you start the air dribble. He starts the air dribble. Oh, he gets a pinch. Oh no, where's a teammate? Oh no, where's a ball chase? Okay, so you made a mistake there for going for the first boost that you saw. Don't be afraid to just front flip your way back home. Like, you went for this boost, there's no reason. You can't do anything from there, you know? So your teammate made the bigger mistake. Like, there was no way you were getting back in time. He had that entire time to just sit in the net, but instead he faked a challenge up the wall as if that's gonna fake anybody. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. The enemy doesn't care that your teammate's faking. That was a good fake, by the way. Like, the enemy doesn't care that your teammate's faking. Like, they don't care. They're just gonna shoot it anyway. And, like, you know, if your teammate, what he should have done was just sit in the net and waited for the ball. Because at the end of the day, this is one of the most important things that I try to teach people. At the end of the day, there is only one place that the ball can go, and that's in the net. Which means that if you sit in the net, eventually the ball's always going to come to you, isn't it? Like, that's just the way it works. Like, it's always going to come your way. So it's best for you to just sit in net sometimes, especially if the ball is coming your way, and just cut it off as it gets close. Like, when it gets when it's in a position for you to actually do so, just cut it off there instead of driving all the way out of net and making it complicated, because the field is huge and your car is tiny, but the net is tiny. Your car is tiny. It's better to sit in the net than it is to sit all the way outside the field, because they can hit it anywhere and take you out of the game. Whereas in the net, no matter where they hit it, you aren't taken out of the game. So it's a massive tip to just sit there sometimes and just wait. And this is what he didn't do, and you got punished for it. Oh, he's gonna go for the shot. Let's see how it goes. Oh, he gets a decent 50. You could have taken mid boost there just to starve the enemy. Take, make him take a little time. That was smart of you to turn around. Go for demo. So you didn't do anything bad there. You could have shot it on the net, but you didn't do anything bad. Another big tip is not sitting in player camp for too long. So you went for that, right? And you went for demo. It was like, it's all good and shit. Your teammate made another major mistake, but the moment you saw that the boost was free, you could have changed camo, because sometimes people get lucky and the ball ends up going near the net. Ooh, the double come in. The ball ends up going near the net, and it is best for you to have eyes on that, because sometimes you might need to turn without boost to make a soft save and a clear into the corner and take the boost out the side. Here, risky. Double plays in twos, like a double plays, especially when they're not a shot on net, are risky as hell. Oh, that was a good push though. And another touch, beautiful. Now, I don't know exactly why you're air rolling so much for all of these shots. You don't have to. It can sometimes be extremely detrimental as well to air roll for so much stuff. So keep that in mind. Alright. What I would have said there is slow down. Just hit the brakes. Or can you get the fake? No, you're on the wrong side of the ball. So it didn't even matter if you did fake him. Like, nothing would have come of it. So I had a tip, but I forgot it already. I'm useless. I'm absolutely garbage. So here, right, going for this ball, because you see he's close to it and has momentum. Sometimes it's better to just sit here and wait, because he was going to whiff it. He was going to completely miss it no matter what happened. You did beat him, but he was missing it. Hitting the brakes here and just letting the ball come to you, like I said, can be the best option. Don't be afraid to slow down a little bit sometimes. Pro players don't always play fast. Squishy did an entire play where he took out 3 people without any boost. You know, I know, oh, it was Squishy, alright, but anyone can do it, man. So, you know, don't be afraid to slow down a little bit. You don't have to take on the whole world, but try to slow down a little bit to give yourself an opportunity to reset and reanalyze the play. Have take a look. See, so you beaten him anyway, but the ball would have bounced in the center and you would have been alright. Now in that position, you were on the wrong side of the ball. Like the net was here, and instead of the ball being here and you being here, the ball's here and you were over here somewhere. Like it wasn't really an effective position for you to do much. These guys are also ball chasing, so going for 50s in situations like this can be really good. Alright, you got this, Andrew. Well, you got it. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with this guy, dude? Seriously, that guy is absolute cancer. That guy just keeps going for shit. The guy seriously has to take like 16 chill pills. Also, don't worry about it. I was about to say the ball just dropped in front of the net. That could have been your goal if you had been more patient. But I also understand, like when you're going against people that are fast, like nerves do kick in, and they can speed you up as well. And you end up playing way too fast and way more comfortable, way too fast for your own play style, and you end up being really uncomfortable and making a lot of mistakes, doing a lot of dumb shit. Just like your teammate did. Your teammate went for a demo instead of the boost, and like it ended up being completely pointless. And you obviously made a mistake there. Oh, god, teammate, chill, dude, stop jumping, just relax, boy. So that was a decent touch. Your teammate took a shot on the net. That was smart of him. The early turn there was, oh my god, what is wrong with your psycho teammate? What is this, dude? Alright, he takes the shot, and then he just beelines it for you. He doesn't give a fuck. What a psycho. It was smart of you to notice that as well and jump over him. I would have let him bump me just to get out of salt. Just out of pure anger, I would have been like, hit me, motherfucker. So you got to clear there. It was a weak clear. But then both of you guys whiffed, and the enemy whiffed, and it rolled in, and that was painful to watch. So, you got this one. The big tip here is, this is more for your teammate. If he sees you turning around like this, well, actually, he was in front of you, so technically you should have been the one doing this. But, you don't want to double commit. No matter what it is, you don't want to double commit. Unless it's like double committing for like a pinch or something like that. You want to try to avoid it. So when you see him in a situation like this, don't be afraid to just like throw a backflip his way or, you know, something like that. He should just let you go for it because he was in the net. There's no purpose for him to come out when you're still in the play. But obviously he didn't. And sometimes you have to cater for that. Sometimes you have to cater for them doing dumb shit. And it even happens to pros. Like, pros get grand champs who are just ridiculously stupid. And just have their IQs of absolute monkeys. But you have to account for that sometimes. Sometimes people are having bad days. Sometimes people are angry. I did it in 1v1 just yesterday. I was so angry about, like, a stuttering issue that I'm getting from the reward boosts that I ended up just getting so fucking tilted that I threw the entire match ball chasing. So yeah, it does happen. Or that was smart of you to go for that. You didn't commit too hard to it. Like, you didn't fly it all the way through the air. Another pro tip. Again, you went for the enemy boost. You want to start doing that, especially when you have so much of it. So you're sitting. You went for the touch, right? And you weren't too far up the field when you actually hit the floor. But you should have sat on the wall. Like, if you're gonna sit on the wall, which I don't personally agree with, but I don't disagree with, you want to sit far up and let the ball come to you. So that's probably my first big tip, is let the balls, like, start letting the ball come to you. Give me a second. Yeah. There we go. Okay. See, you wanna let the ball come to you more often. Alright? Big tip, let the ball come to you. And you were just chasing a little bit there, you could have sat in the net. Ooh. That was painful. You could have sat in the net there after your teammates started ball chasing. But you could have been back here quick. So you could have slammed on the brakes here and just waited. Because if that guy had your teammate beat, which any smart person would have, you would have been screwed. Because you both would have been sitting in the corner while the enemy's like got the whole field. These guys really have to chill on the demos. And your teammate has to chill on everything. That guy's literally psycho. He needs to completely relax. I swear he's on their team. But you know what? Such is Solid Key. Such is Solid Key. And these guys, what the fuck is wrong with these guys? I swear they're like watch way too much G2 and they just think that demos are the meta. And like demos are not the meta. Demos are just a meta. Like they're just one of many. So these guys need to chill. That's a decent touch. Ooh, you got this. Again, another air roll that you didn't really have to take. You took it. It works. It was fine. It's not a big deal. It was smart of you to be able to analyze the way that ball was moving as well. So that was pretty decent of you. That was decent. But yeah, air rolling, something you don't really need to do. It also makes flipping hard. Like if you want to try to flip into the ball, you can't really flip into it if you're upside down without completely like whiffing it. Oh, can you take that? Can you do that? Oh, close. See, in that position, the ball and the boost were both in the corner and you didn't go for them. So like it's really hard to... Oh, that was smart of you to not go for that. That was good decision making. Go for 50. Again, now so you caught yourself upside down because of your air rolling. You got yourself upside down and you're just like turtling around on the floor and your recovery was really long. You know, so... Wow, look how abusive that guy is. Like, if you... how dare you? Like, these guys are playing like dirt bags, like the biggest pieces of crap ever. And they're like, F you, you're so mean. Fucking neck kids. God, I'm so toxic. But anyhow, oh, your teammate passed you. Oh, you whiffed. Oh, it was the final second. Oh, it's alright. Oh, Smith bungee jumps out of the helicopter. Wow, so crazy thing to do. Wow, Will Smith, you're a crazy man. Fuck off. I don't want to see your fucking bullshit. I don't want none of that. I want vines, boy. I want vines and let them in. That's all I want in my life. But yeah, basically, those are the first recommendation I could give you is slow down from time to time. Let the ball come to you sometimes. If you see that like they're gonna beat you to it, just wait it out. The ball's gonna come to you no matter what you do eventually. You know, whether it be in the net or in the middle of the field, you know, you don't have to commit too hard if you don't want to. Secondly, you had a fair amount of trust in your teammate, but there was in defense especially. These guys go for so many downs. Jesus Christ, good shot. Um, uh, in defense, you're a little bit rushy and a little bit pushy. You don't have to be. You don't have to rush. You don't have to push. You can just take your time and chill and just let the ball come to you. You know, especially in defense. This is one of the biggest differences between like Champ 2 and Champ 3. Is Champ 3s can defend. That's it. Like their shooting and their passing capabilities very similar, but yeah, they can defend. Champ 2 can defend, and that's really important. So I would definitely do like this. You're just sitting there, you let the ball come to you, and then if you wanted to, you could have gotten a heavy clear on that. But you end up completely outplaying him like an absolute god. Good job, well done. You're popping off this game. I'm glad I didn't analyze this one because it just would have been like, I bow to you, oh god. Yeah, those would be the biggest things you have to work on. Apart from that, it's just old school mechanics and old school grind and just practicing and getting faster and learning better decision making and stuff. Dodge more demos, like don't be afraid to just leap into the air if somebody's coming, no matter what, like just like you did with your friend, but again with your enemy, because it is very important. And try to be on the right side of the ball a little bit more often. Oh, and practice air rolling. Practice shooting without air rolling. Practice like really good precise shots with minimal air rolling, because seriously it is so vital. And what was the last? Oh, boost. Yes. Go back to your own half to get boost, unless you're starving them and the enemy's actually in a position where they need that boost. Like if they're in the middle of the field and you're in their half, they don't need the back boost. They got 2 mid boosts and all the pads in the world. They don't need the back boost, so there's no point you taking them. It just makes it so that your teammate has to spend more time trying to recover, fend off 2 people because you're all the way up the field. So yeah, those would be the biggest things. And the next thing that I would add to your gameplay after that is like focus on small pads and stuff like that. Focus on grabbing them from time to time, especially to keep yourself full as you move around the field, because there are many times where everyone short of pros doesn't do this, and it's a really good strategy for keeping good boost. It allows you to do much more complex rotations. Or does he get him? Oh, so close. That would have been so spicy. But yeah, those are really it. And yeah, just go through this video, watch it 1 or 2 times, watch yourself, you know, analyze yourself as well. Any tips that you think you have for you. Also, don't do that. Don't like tap the ball down into your own thing. Try to hit it into corners. We're all, yeah, I'm probably one of the worst for that because I play ones. It's probably one of the worst habits that I picked up. Probably the only bad habit that I picked up from ones is that I haven't broken yet, is trying to keep possession when I don't need to. When I need to get rid of the ball, I sometimes buy myself time. Instead, I try to hold possession, and it doesn't give us any time. But yeah, you just go through, watch the video. If you think you have some tips for yourself, you know, implement them. Implement these into your gameplay. I guarantee you'll see improvements. Because at the end of the day, you're scoring really well. Your offense is top notch, especially for your rank. And even as the game speeds up, I don't think you have too much problem in offense. Your mechanics are good, your aerialing is decent, your dribbling is spicy, but your defense lets you down. So focus on that. Focus on your defensive rotations. Focus on not trusting your teammate too much, especially in your own half. And yeah, I think you have no problem climbing. Anyways, this is fun. GG's. I've got a whole bunch of these to do, so anyone watching this that is like, where's mine? That was just blood video. It's coming, it's on its way. Alright, so just bear with me. If you see this and you're like, where's mine? That was video. Just PM me so that I don't forget. Because I might just. Oh my god, is that going in? I might just not have seen it. It might just be lost somewhere in like messages or something. You know, it does happen, especially now that I've formatted. I don't have the actual thing except on my hard drive, and my hard drive's currently out of service for the next week or so. So I won't actually know, and I want to try to get them done before then. So feel free to message me if you have more of this, or if you want me to do this. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Like, comment, subscribe, all that juicy stuff. And I will chat to you guys next time.